Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another reaction, and it is another New Found Glory one. So at the time of recording this, their new album Listen Up came out yesterday on the 20th of February, which is like their 11th studio album, which is mad. To think that the New Found Glory have been around for that long that they're releasing their 7th studio album, which is bonkers. Obviously they've released like cover albums and like deluxe editions of albums and stuff, but in terms of like official studio albums, it's their 11th one, which makes me feel really old because I remember buying their first one back in 2000. So they've been a band for a longevity and a long time. So yeah, I listened to the album yesterday and it's so freaking good. Like, it's exactly what you would want from a New Found Glory album. It's gone to a bit more of their heavier roots as well, which I like, because there's some of the guitar parts in it are quite heavy as well, especially for like a pop punk band. And it feels like this is the best New Found Glory we've got in a while, because obviously with Forever Infinity, that has some really solid songs on it, but I think for me personally, this is like a real return to form for New Found Glory. And getting to see him last year was mind blowing. I didn't get to see him with Chad, unfortunately, because obviously he's going through his cancer treatment and stuff, so he wasn't there, unfortunately, so I didn't get to see the full band. But I got to obviously meet Jordan, Ian and Cyrus, which is sick. Got to see him twice last year actually, because I saw him at Slam Dunk and I saw him on their tour in October. And yeah, this is an album I'm really looking forward to. It's like the third album of 2026 I've been really buzzing for, and obviously it's a pop punk album, which is where I feel at home. It's probably my favourite, most listened to genre. And these are one of the goats for me. Like, I always refer to New Found Glory as the Godfathers of pop punk, just because they're way up there. They've been doing it for so long and influences so many different bands and generations. So it's definitely been an album that I've been looking forward to. So I'm going to be checking out a video for the song called A Love Song, which is on the album, which came out to coincide with the release of the album yesterday. So I thought I'd give it a check out and see what it's about. But yeah, I love New Found Glory, man. They're one of the goats for me, and yeah, they're one of the bands I've been a fan for 26 years. Holy shit. So I've been a long time New Found Glory fan. Yes, I thought I'd check out the video, react to it, give my thoughts at the end, and then I'll talk about the album briefly as well. So without further ado, it's New Found Glory with a love song, so let's react to it, and I will say words at the end. So let's go. Alright then. So I mean, it's just like off the bat with the riffs. I think it's like a homemade video, this one, which is cool. And Jordan has never sounded better. Like, the guy is just an unreal vocalist, man. I need to get this on vinyl, this album. I like this is like a homemade, like early 2000s style video. Suits the genre as well. It's only like the gang vocals, the heavy guitar. There's a boy. I do think this is like a real return to form for these guys. And to still release bangers this late in their career is a testament to them. It's got a real summer vibe, this song. Oh, it's cool, they're actually featured in the video, but that's sick. Just see that chorus, man, it's so like... You can really hear the bass coming through in that as well. See, these are the kind of videos that it's just pop punk. This is just what they were back in the day. I feel like they've been lost a little bit in recent years, so I'm glad that bands like New Found Glory are still doing videos like this. It's so pop punk, man, I love it. I like the chorus goes to a little bit of halftime change as well, which is like such a staple for pop punk. I feel like this is going to be one of my favourite songs of the album. I mean, Chad's been really cooking with his riffs, man, as well. I had that New Found Glory t-shirt. Got that from Slam Dunk. As the saying goes, it was never a phase. Yeah, I just love that it's gone back to the heavier New Found Glory sound. Kind of like the Catalyst sort of era. Like, it's just a bang of a chorus, man. I don't know what else I can say. It's just... And these are one of the greats to me. They're way up there. If I had a Mount Rushmore on pop punk, New Found Glory would be on that. 100%. hope they come back to the UK. I would like to see them live and hear these songs. I really like that riff, man. This is a banger. This is just a banger. Yes, it's not dead. Pop punk is better than ever. That was sick, man. I like the homemade movie, like, video approach. Oh, such a good song, man. Banger. Okay, so that was Newfound Glory with a love song. Dude, man, that's just a banger. That is just, it's exactly what you want from a Newfound Glory song. It's like, it's fun, it's catchy, it's got a big sing-along chorus. I like that the guitar parts are a bit heavier again. Because one thing I've noticed with this new album, from what I've heard so far, it's gone back to that heavier Newfound Glory sound, like sort of like Catalyst sort of era as well. And I think just with the riffs alone, you're like, Chad's been cooking at it. And it's just, yeah, I like it's gone back to a bit of a heavier pop punk sound, which is something I've always thought the Newfound Glory's done really well, because they're one of the pop punk bands that lent a bit more of the heavier side. Sometimes they branch into hardcore a little bit as well. I'm not talking about like full on deathcore, you know what I mean? Take A Day to Remember, for example. What A Day to Remember do? Because like, even though they're sort of like post-hardcore-y, I always see A Day to Remember as like a heavy pop punk band, and obviously Newfound Glory aren't on that level, but I feel like some of the riffs that they're leaning to that heavier sort of territory, which I think really works for them. And on this album, there's a few heavy numbers. I'm like, yeah, this song I think is like the sort of summer sing-along jam. Do you know what I mean? Like, I imagine just like driving somewhere with this playing, or like you're at a festival when, you know, they play this on stage, and it's got that real sort of feel-good summer vibe to it as well. Obviously, it's a nostalgic approach for the video as well, which is sick. Because things with pop punk, like the thing is that made it what it was, is some of the videos back in the day, they were all homemade. Like, you get fans doing it. Some of them will just be completely ridiculous over the top, and it was cool that Jordan actually made a cameo in that as well, which is really sick as well. And you know, the guys have been going for so many years now, and I feel like they've never really lost their sound or essence. They've just, fans will say like there's some albums that were better than others, and you're gonna get that. Like, if you've been a band for nearly 30 years, it's gonna happen. Not every album will land for people. But I think for the most part, for me, like, there's never really been a bad Newfound Glory album. There's some that I definitely prefer over others, but that's just personal preference because of the time of my life they came out in, where I was, and some of those songs will carry me for the rest of my life. But yeah, this new album, I do generally think this is the best they've sounded in a long time, and it's just doing what they do best. Do you know what I mean? It's just 10 songs, absolute bangers, heavy stuff on there, big choruses, and it's exactly what I would hope this Newfound Glory album would be. But yeah, in terms of like Listen Up as a whole, I do think this is just a banger of an album. There's a reason they've been going as long as they have done, while they've had this longevity, and obviously with the resurgence of pop punk in the last few years as well. Like, because I was watching a TikToker about this morning actually, because you know, we've gone through different phases. You've got like sort of the early 2000s, then you had like the 2010 period, then it kind I don't hate to say it dropped off, but there was a period where pop punk, it was kind of disregarded by the mainstream, and then we had the resurgence through like, you know, COVID with TikTok and stuff, and then the genre's come back, and I feel like the last few years it's better than ever, with like bands like Blink returning, Green Day, Good Charlotte, Simple Plan, Newfound Glory. I feel like those legacy pop punk bands as well, I feel like it's resurged the genre, and they're finding new fans. Because what I love about some of these bands I've seen, obviously I saw Newfound Glory last year, what I like, it was, there wasn't just people my age there, you've got like older people there, but then you've got a lot of young kids there these days, so obviously they're going with their parents and discovering it, and I think it's such a cool thing. It's like this generational thing where it's like, you know, people my age are, you know, I don't have kids, but there's people I know that are into bands like Newfound Glory that have had kids. They're taking their kids to shows now, and I'm like, that's freaking, it's such a cool thing, because it's like passing the baton on sort of thing to the new generation. But obviously people like me, like, we've just grown up with these bands and they've shaped us, and I just think it's cool that pop punk has sort of like this generational sort of influence now. You do get it with other genres, don't get me wrong, but I notice it more at pop punk shows, definitely, like especially when I've seen like Neck Deep, Simple Plan, Newfound Glory in recent years. I haven't seen Blink in a long time, but I imagine the same for Blink, because obviously, you know, Blink are one of my favourite bands, and I got into Blink back in like 2000. So again, it's one of those bands that it's like a longevity thing as well. But yeah, I just find it's cool that it's become like a multi-generational thing with this genre. And band like Newfound Glory, like I remember meeting people in the queue at Newfound Glory when I did the meet and greet. It was like there was people from all ages, and I was like, it's really cool, because obviously you get that with like metalcore to a degree and new metal, but there's just something about pop punk, man. I just think it it attracts a lot of people and it's just feel good. And most of my favourite albums are from the pop punk genre as well. And like I said, New Found Glory, they're one of the greats for me. And I feel like that song in particular, that's probably one of the strongest songs on the album, I think, just upon first listen. I mean, I can't really pick a favourite because I listened to it a few times and I was like, I had a favourite, and then another one came on. I went, oh shit, no, that's my favourite. But then the next one, I was like, oh, I just can't. But I think in terms of a whole record, I think it's one of my favourite New Found Glory ones. And it's kind of mad to say that so late in their career as well, because, you know, whenever albums like Catalyst, Coming Home, freaking Radio Surgery, Sticks and Stones, do you know what I mean? Like, to be nearly 30 years into your career and you're still releasing bangers and potentially one of your best albums is a testament to them as a band. And one thing I've noticed with this album, listening to it, is a lot of personal experiences that have been put into like the lyrics and stuff. Obviously with what Chad's going through, just them growing up, how the scene's changed, the industry's changed as well. And there are parts in some of the songs where it's like they're talking about obviously the state the world's in, but it's also, there's a bit of hopefulness where it's like you gotta sort of take the positives, you know, give yourself a bit of grace and enjoy the moments you can get. So it's a very mixed sort of bag in terms of content and themes within the album, but I think it just works for them. It's pure nostalgia. Like, I think with bands like New Found Glory, especially with this album, what I like is like there are elements of it where it's nostalgia, but then also like obviously if you're a long time fan like me, you notice certain things in there. Like I said, like where it's gone to that heavier side, you're like, I've not heard sort of heavy guitar parts in New Found Glory since like, you know, since like Catalyst days maybe. So it's cool that, you know, you're noticing these little nuances and influences within the music. And I do like that it's got a lot of previous influence from their back catalogue, but then there's also something new and fresh in it as well. But I think the main takeaway for me is just that it's returned to that iconic New Found Glory source, if you like. And yeah, to some of the riffs that Chad's done on this album, it's just, I love it, man. Like, that's a really good example because you can really hear that sort of heavier style in it as well. And the opening song on the album as well, that's got a really solid riff as well. And things with Jordan, he's just an insane vocalist. I don't think he gets the props he deserves, really, because when I've seen him live, like obviously take last year for example, I was like, some of the notes he hits, I'm like, how the frack are you doing that? I mean, the fact his voice is still sounding that good, and like I said, they've been a band for 30 years, you're like, whatever he's doing to look after his vocals, it's clearly worked. And he's just one of the greats, man. And like I said, New Found Glory, one of the best pop punk bands ever. People come at me for that, but that's just my preference. Like, been a fan for so many years. I've seen them, God, like 10 times I've seen New Found Glory now. And I don't know if there's any plans for them to come back to UK anytime soon, but I definitely want to see him to hear this album live, because this is a banger, man. Like, that song as well, that's easy to stand up, but in terms of the whole record, it's just a banger. Just what you want from a New Found Glory album. Make me very happy. And I was like, cool. That was the thing. When I was listening to it as well, I just had this smile on my face. Like, it just takes me back to like when I was younger and when I first got into this band. So yeah, it's cool that it's got that sort of nostalgic, and it just gives you that feel good factor as well. And like I said, they're just one of the greats, man. Like, I don't know what else to say about this point. That was a banger. I love the album, and I hope they're coming to UK soon. But yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I've spoken way too long about this as always. If you like, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Stay tuned for more videos. Aiming for the 1,000 subscribers this year, so hopefully I can do it. We'll see. I'm off to a good start this year, but we'll see how the year goes. But yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.